Hi, and welcome to Case and Paint. My name is Casey, and I have been 3D printing and painting different things like D&D minis, some terrain, a bunch of statues, some of which you can see behind me, for about 2.5 years. And so I wanted to start a channel and share some of the things I've learned over the years. So go ahead and subscribe for more stuff. Come check out my website at caseandpaint.net, where you can see the gallery of some of the things I worked on. And yeah, leave me a comment if there's something in specific that you'd like to see me do next. So I was on the forums the other day and put a picture of a in-progress Kitty Pryde bust that I'd been working on. And somebody had asked me how I did the metallic effect on that Xavier School sign. So I just thought I would put together a quick tutorial to show you how I do some really easy and really cool metal effects. So to start out with, you're going to need just a couple of basic things. The metallics that we're going to use are called rub and buff. So you can see here I've got a sword for an absolute Wonder Woman sculpture. And then in the background there's a couple of pieces of an axe that I've been thinking about. So this stuff is called rub and buff. It is a little bit like the texture of shoe polish, but goes on really nice and easily and is metallic. We're also going to be using a couple of makeup brushes, or sponges. And the rule is that all makeup stuff is always cheaper than art stuff. So we're going to use this wedge one with the nice flat edge, and then we've got the smaller one that you can use for some small pieces. So, like, I'll probably go around and do that band and maybe those little rivets. So, I'll put links to all of this stuff in the description, but yeah, that's about it. I have lots of different types of rub and buff, but we're just going to use this silver leaf. So it's a pretty generically silver one. We're going to squeeze out a little bit onto a paper towel, so this will just help us kind of get a palette going. You can also use a plastic palette, but this stuff tends to stick around, so no pun intended. The pieces that we're going to be working on have been primed with either matte black or gloss black. Either one works just fine. I tend to like gloss for metallics, but in this case I was doing a whole bunch and I had matte black, so it's matte. So you can see we're going to make sure that we don't get it on too thick, because as we're bringing this on, you can see it doesn't fill in where those scratches are, which really helps us get some nice texture. If we wanted to, if we were just doing little bits, like we wanted to show just some edge highlights, you can kind of see how we could carefully just hit the edges, and it brings out a nice, really cool looking highlight, really sort of natural looking metal. But we're just gonna go in here because we want this whole sword to be done. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up the camera real quick, and sorry for the framing. You know, it's my first time, so it doesn't exactly fit in the center, but we'll fix that in the future. But you can see with just a tiny bit of effort, we've already got that most of the way covered. It turns out looking really cool. Has some variations in the textures, and then what's great is down in those spaces that you can't get very well, that's where it's going to stay black. So right around those bands will kind of have an almost natural highlight. What I did for that sign for the Xavier School was just primed matte black, and I just very carefully got the flat side of that sponge all shiny, and then just drug it very gently across the top, and it just highlights out all those letters. So in this case, you know, I had quite a bit left over. I'd loaded up too much, so we're just going to go ahead and do these bits of this axe head as well. You can see how nice it is. This is just FDM printed, but the silver polish doesn't get down into the corners, which really helps bring out some of the 3D effect. Here you can see I've remembered to put my hands where you can see them, and they can cover up everything that I'm painting. So Yep, just a really quick way to do some really high quality metallic stuff. It's one of my favorite effects, especially on these like prop pieces. Really looks super cool and doesn't take much energy at all. You can see on this second piece, I'll be going over kind of a braid sort of section that's in the center. And you'll see that's especially one where I'm going to go over it sort of lightly to make sure that I don't fill in those gaps, and it looks really nice and it pops. Yeah, so let me know. I'm thinking about doing that Absolute Wonder Woman slaying a dragon as my next piece. But, you know, this Warhammer also is pretty tempting to work on. So you can see here, just by not having too much on the sponge, we can hit all those highlights, and it winds up looking super, super cool. All right. Well, that's about it. And yeah, thanks for watching.